essential character EC3 controlling my narrative, and you are watching Young Kings Wrestling, and you have been warned. It's a good show.
Y'all in the mix, episode 106 of the Young Kings Wrestling Podcast, featuring the Sovereign Soundboard. And of course, as always, you can find us on most platforms streaming podcasts, including Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Google Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. And then, the others that we don't use, but some people might use. So it's there for y'all if y'all use them. But if you're on iTunes, leave us a review. Links to the platforms are available at ykwrestling.com. And if you're on Twitter, man, join us in our conversation using the hashtag YKWPod. I am the thespian TC Fontaine with the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And then, it's been a few weeks, but guess who's possessed? Mr. 24/7, Malik Ricks, is in the building. What's up, y'all?
What's happening?
What's up, Rick?
What's up?
You're over there silent. You're over there silent. What's up, man? Hey, it's been a week since our last episode, AEW All Out recap. It's been a minute, so we out here now. I think some of the expectations have tempered because I seen a lot of Hyperbowl last weekend, and it was kind of like, y'all are ridiculous. I had to get on my Malik and stop paying attention to these people on the internet tweeting about wrestling because they was just on some stuff. So yeah, I wasn't in the mix for like a good week, but not a good week. I would say maybe like up until like Wednesday, like when Dynamite and shit came on, everything was solid. But how do you feel, Malik? You wasn't on the show last week. Like, what are your thoughts on Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson being all elite?
Bro, you know me. I love it, bro. Like, I love all these guys. Switching companies coming back. Like, honestly, the best thing about having two major brands in America is that we will get these things. There's people that are switching, like hearing Brian Cage is upset with them and all that. So hey, make the jump to WWE. They type of guy. So yeah, that's the best part about it. We get to see these matches. Now we get to see Adam Cole and Kenny or whoever, all these guys. I'm just for the pushing forward of wrestling. So as long as it's the push forward, the sport, the culture, what some people may call it, I'm for it, bro. I don't care, bro. I'm just tired of you niggas arguing about these companies and all this shit, bro. Just enjoy the wrestling. And if you don't like one, that's one thing I've been wanting to say too. I'm sorry. Can we just stop with the excuses of why?
Say everything you gotta say because you ain't been here in like 4 weeks. So
yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
Do your thing. The floor is yours for the next few minutes. Go ahead. Bro.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, handle that.
This is one thing I want to talk to the rest of the community because we're mostly adults, right? Everybody's adults. I'm speaking to adults because kids be kids.
You would think so, but I mean, some people don't act like it. But
can we just say we don't like another company? Like, stop coming up with the excuses of why this company's bad and why this is this. If you don't like WWE, just say that and stop watching. Dynamite has 4 shows a week that you can watch on top of Impact, on top of New Japan. If you don't like AEW, WWE has 5 shows now, right? UK 205 Live, Raw, SmackDown, NXT.
Hey,
you have like 5 fucking shows to watch.
Just like Dark, we don't watch 205 Live.
I'm just saying, if you don't like a certain product, you have options to go somewhere else. Stop watching this shit, hopping on the internet, complaining, because that's why I've literally probably unfollowed every wrestling platform on all media platforms. I might watch a few on YouTube just to keep up with the news, but I'm tired of hearing you niggas. Like, you niggas made it not fun to watch this shit no more. Just because everybody's a fucking expert. Nigga, you don't know shit, bro. I just want to let you know that. To people out there, you niggas don't know shit. Shut the fuck up. To me, hey, if you are a super hype wrestling fan, you love the indie wrestling and all that shit, them niggas are over there in AEW. Now, WWE, it's looking like them niggas are kicking all them niggas out. And they like, all right, we getting back to we gonna build these niggas up. They coming from us. Cool, it's been great. To me, SmackDown, which, you know, I'm a SmackDown kid. I grew up watching SmackDown most of my life. I'm so happy. It's probably the best wrestling show on TV right now.
Facts.
Why? To me, because the matches are amazing.
Not even that.
This shit is. They got Brock now on this motherfucker.
They got Brock. They got Becky.
Roman. Oh yeah, like nigga, everybody there.
All right. Hey, so I did not have a peasant of the week planned. So, but
peasant of the week is you niggas.
Yeah, I do put away that Malik feels. So, therefore, I'm just gonna. I've just assigned the duty to him this week. So I will not. I'll just have to go ahead. I'm just play the sound.
Like that's my advice, bro. Stop following these niggas, man. All this stuff, because me personally, I feel like this year in wrestling has been amazing, nigga. We got to see CM Punk wrestling, nigga. Fucking Roman Reigns is doing some of the best shit we've ever saw, nigga. Like, this is amazing year in wrestling, and you niggas is wasting this year of just like, oh, I'm upset, blah blah blah. Nigga, shut up. Bro, shut up.
Edits, guess what?
These peasants, you peasants.
Peasant of the week goes to hashtag you niggas.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all are the first. Y'all are like the first ever peasant of the week. So,
oh yeah,
I'm gonna give y'all a peasant of the week a lot. I said that. I think I said that before. I'm gonna give y'all this a lot because y'all act up a lot. I could have gave y'all every past week, but I didn't do that.
It's gotten so bad that I've had to mute people on Facebook. Like my partners on Facebook, they just watching wrestling shows just to hate. You're not even appreciating them. We got some good wrestling.
They about to come up on.
But then you niggas will make the excuse of, well, if we bring this celebrity in, it's gonna bring more eyes. No, it's not, nigga. It's gonna bring more eyes for that week, and them niggas are going to leave after them niggas leave, nigga. Well, I've been telling y'all that for all these years. After year, you niggas talking about when we bring this guy in, they gonna bring their fan base. Them niggas not staying. When them niggas leave, they leaving. I keep telling y'all that. Why? Because this shit is bad, nigga. It's bad. Stop focusing on these niggas that's just coming in. And another thing, stop worrying about what these niggas making in their money. They billionaires. They rich forever. You still broke, nigga. So appreciate the content. If it's not good content, the sport's not going to grow. The reason why it was so good in the 90s, because that shit was good. The reason why it was good in the 2000s, that shit was good, nigga. You know why it was great in the 90s too? We had 2 promotions. We got 2 promotions now. We got 2 of them, folks. Nigga, enjoy this shit. Stop bitching. Back to the show, TC. Niggas kill me, man.
I love how when one of us don't have a rant, somebody else comes up with one spontaneously, and it just goes. Like it's always big rant energy out here.
Hey, Malik was on that Funk Flex energy, man.
You ain't qualified to give motherfucking rules on the fucking game, you fucking bozo.
Facts, man. Hey, what wrestling y'all been watching? Any wrestling this past week? Any old wrestling? Any documentaries? Anything of the sort?
I've been going back watching like old NXT from like the first episode when it was like on the internet. When like
I've been watching them too. Yeah,
when Dusty was like running stuff and all that, and yeah, it's cool. It's just dope to see that, like how far these guys have came.
Seen 2 of the best main eventers in WWE, Jinder and Seth, go at it for the NXT title. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot.
All right.
It was a big lot. Hey, real quick, I want to send a goodwill message to one of my goats, Triple H. Heard he had a minor heart procedure, and that's why hashtag you niggas got peasant of the week, because as soon as the news came out, y'all just couldn't hold back of just making it about Vince and taking over NXT and all that shit. It had nothing to do. Y'all, like I said, I don't know if y'all are adults or not. It's just man babies. So that's all that is.
I watched since we coming up on Extreme Rules. I went back specifically to Extreme Rules 09, since that's the first one in the seasons. We don't include we don't include One Night Stand in that for whatever reason. But actually, no, I went back to go find the match that stole the show, which was Jericho and Mysterio. And
you thought that was better than the TLC?
Oh yeah, it definitely
really.
In terms of pure wrestling, yeah.
Okay.
And that brought me to two things. Number one, we need to bring things stages back. Like, if you're gonna do all this gimmick pay-per-view bullshit, put a stage up. I got the money. It don't take a whole lot. Like, make it fit.
Disappointed. We walked into SummerSlam, it wasn't no stage.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we're gonna do this, if we're gonna do it,
wasn't no Wi-Fi neither. Wasn't no drinks neither. No snacks neither.
The Wi-Fi wasn't working. Our Wi-Fi was solid.
My shit was shoddy.
I stopped using
my Wi-Fi was solid. I was uploading videos and shit. All that.
Yeah,
TC took up all the Wi-Fi.
Probably. Yeah, I couldn't get no drinks though. I wanted to get some drinks after Bianca lost, and I couldn't get no drinks. So
yeah, that shit was terrible. But yeah, we need some theme stages back, because y'all making record profits and all this other shit. So do that. And we need more wrestlers that want to tell stories, because Chris Jericho and Rey Mysterio are two of the best storytellers in the business. And when they got together, they made magic. That's why I say it stole the show from a pure wrestling standpoint. We know, Edge, Jeff, they can do everything that they want to do.
They can do anything on earth.
Yeah, especially when you're in their match. But we expected that. Chris Jericho and Mysterio had some chemistry that you never see out of two wrestlers, especially in the present day. It's like you don't get it a lot. So that was beautiful, and that was a great story that they told. You know what I'm saying? And it had a stint, because it was no holds barred and everything like that. And Chris Jericho goes over, takes the mask off and all this other stuff. He wins the match. He's the IC champ. That I feel like that cohesion, that chemistry, and that storytelling is missing a lot in today's wrestling, and we need that back.
I was super pissed at CM Punk too for that bitch ass shit he did that night
with Jeff.
That was some bitch ass shit.
I was a fan of both, so I was conflicted. But ultimately, I was just like, you know what? I ain't taking no sides. I would just roll with whoever got the belt.
Even though he did the same thing to Edge the year before, but still, that was some bitch ass shit.
Same the year before, it was the same thing. Like, Edge, my guy.
Because he stole it from Edge. He stole it from Edge the year before. So.
Yeah.
Hey man, if you're gonna be a heel, you gotta be a heel.
Yes.
That's the way to do it.
Some people should learn how to be a heel for real, but we ain't gonna get in that. Did y'all catch that 9/11 documentary on Peacock?
No, I haven't.
Nah, I didn't.
I've seen it was up today, but I haven't caught it.
I'm about like halfway through it, and it's some. I mean, I don't want to say cool stories, but interesting stories that they interview like random ass people. Like they got Trey Wingo from ESPN. They had Big Shot Bob Robert Ory on this documentary getting interviewed too, because he lived in Houston. He used to play for the Rockets, so he lived in Houston. And I remember they used to show Robert Ory like at Staples Center, like ringside and shit all the time when they would go to Staples early back in the day. So I forgot he was a wrestling fan. So it was a pleasant surprise, because to see a Laker just randomly in this wrestling documentary that I'm watching. It's interesting, man. So I'm gonna finish that up later and maybe watch some 2000 WCW, because I want to be entertained. For no other reason. I know it's bad. I'm gonna watch it for the entertainment.
Nah, bro, I've been watching some New Jack Shoot interviews today, and like they're still hilarious, man. Rest in peace, New Jack.
RP New Jack.
Man.
That motherfucker.
Oh man, the interview that never was.
Man, we almost had it. right in the grasp of our hands. God damn, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It really is, because I'm telling y'all, bro. Like, I hit him up. He was like, "Yo, let's set it up." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, what's up? Like, what's the availability, stuff like that." I ain't hear nothing back from him. Then, like a week later, he was like, "Yo, what's this about again?" My bad, man. Medication.
Hey, that's cool enough for me, man.
Right.
What's this about?
Crazy.
Oh, and I have one more thing before we move on.
What up?
So you remember my list, my release list, wrestlers who might not be here by next year.
You put Oni Larkin and Danny Burch on that list?
No, I haven't updated it yet. But
put them on that list. I want to see what happens.
Orny Larkin
and Danny Burch.
All right.
After what happened last week. Same shit happened to Alexander Wolf. Same shit happened to Breezango. So
do we have anybody else? Do we have anybody else on this list?
No, just them two.
Reek?
That's it.
No, I think that's
well. The reason I'm saying it because everybody's talking about Kevin Owens in this whole situation. I don't know how true that is, but as you can, I don't know. I'm not gonna put that up there. I have AEW next to his name, so just for War Raiders, just for me and Yim and Keith Lee and Ricochet if they were to leave, I like AEW by certain people's names, just where I think they will go if that happens. But Kevin Owens might be the first one. Yeah, they are running out of space. That shit is stacked. Unless they do a brand split, and I don't know, but I'm excited, man. I love wrestling.
Hell yeah.
Fuck you niggas. Fact. Hashtag you niggas. That's not the title of this episode, by the way. But,
no.
Let's get into these real quick hitters real quick, because we got something special coming up. NXT 2.0 begins this Tuesday on USA. Check your local listings for the time, because I don't promote full times and shit because they ain't paying me for that. But y'all know where to watch it if you watch NXT all the time. They start new. They got a whole rebrand. They got a Wale song as a theme song. I thought the song, it was like exclusive for NXT, but he released that song like a month and a half ago. So it's pretty good. They switching it up, man. It's totally different. So to pay our respects to the old NXT, we giving our Hall of Fame. We got 18 members in the first class. I don't know if it'd be a second class, but this class for sure. It's fun. So looking forward to it. But breaking NXT news. I mean, by the time you heard this podcast, you already know what it is. Samoa Joe has relinquished the NXT Championship. I did not watch the video, apparently citing injury, citing a lack of medical clearance. We don't speculate on people's health. Brody Lee and Keith Lee have taught us that. So we're not going to speculate. However, there was a four-way announced on NXT this past week for this upcoming episode, originally to determine the number one contender, but now I'm feeling it's going to be for the vacant championship. LA Knight, Tommaso Ciampa, Pete Dunne, Peter England, shoot name, and Kyle O'Reilly. Who y'all got?
I don't care, nigga. I don't care.
It's going to be for the title. Who winning the title?
This could be match of the year. Damn. Kyle O'Reilly.
No, hell no.
I'll go with Kyle.
I need Pete Dunne, and I need him to run with that for as long as possible. However long that may be, because I'm pretty much sold that the NXT title is the most cursed title in all of wrestling at this point. Because name me a champion in the last, I'll say, year and a half, maybe 2 years, that hasn't been injured while holding this championship.
Adam Cole.
Bye.
Okay. That was fast.
That's one.
Well, he hasn't been injured. He hasn't been injured, but he left. So
he ain't been injured though. Like as he was champion, he wasn't injured. Johnny Gargano was injured.
Is that a curse though?
Oh. Yeah, but listen, we don't remember Johnny Gargano's champion. I'll tell you, but Ciampa, Cross, Finn, now Joe.
Cross didn't get hurt the second time.
The second time, no, but it was like as soon as he got it, he
Aleister
won
Black
it
got
and got
hurt.
injured the same night. Alistair got hurt.
Drew
like,
got hurt as the champ, but he was losing anyway, so I don't know if it counted.
Maybe, but it's like it's just you win that championship and you either lose it and you gotta. Oh yeah.
Can't stand that nigga.
It's like you win it and you get hurt, you gotta relinquish, or you get hurt over the course of your championship reign. It's like I don't know. It's something about that inspires danger. But listen, I don't care. Ciampa don't need it because I'm not really feeling whatever they're doing him now. Like the darker Ciampa that we had like 5-6 years ago, like that was I'm bugging. It was like more like 4 years, but that was the Ciampa that needed to be champ because like that dude was cold. You know what I'm saying? That dude was ruthless. This dude right now is just I've been saying it over the last couple of weeks. I'm like, I'm holding you in contempt over this chair thing because it's like that's the craziest thing you do. You stand up real fast, making this loud ass noise.
That should
in
be
the chair.
scaring the fuck out of me, though, because I don't really
It's
be
like,
watching.
It's so unnecessary.
Oh shit!
It's so unnecessary, bro. Like we're not here for that. You know what I'm saying? At least Ciampa back in like 2017, 2018, like would do some real cold shit and just walk off smooth.
I mean,
like,
it's probably because it's getting stale at this point where he should have been moved up to the main roster, but I'm hearing like these guys don't even want to go. So,
nah.
What else is there?
His thing is about travel. Like he can't. He said like his body can't handle traveling that schedule.
I don't blame that nigga, bro. I had to travel like in July. I had to fly to Augusta, Georgia, which we got fans a list in there, man. That place is horrible. Anyway, I had to fly there, bro. But I had to like do connected planes, and it was bro. I was like the first day, bro. I was like upset, and then like once I had to leave, I had to go to San Francisco, and I do connecting planes with that too, bro. Like yeah, that traveling shit is. Yeah, I'm good. I'll see everything from online. I don't want to go places, bro. I'm happy here in Vegas, where I want to be. So yeah, I don't blame Tommaso for that shit.
Yeah, no, it's true. But Ciampa, no, LA Knight is not over enough, nor does he have enough heat to be the champ at this point in time. And I was one for saying he didn't need to lose the $1 million championship so soon, but it ain't that time. And I'm not on the Kyle bandwagon. I don't know anybody that legitimately is. As good as he is in ring, his gimmick, his character is not over enough. You need to scrap that shit and go back to basics with him. So by default, by process of elimination, it's Pete Dunne time, easily.
Yeah, I like Pete Dunne to win too, but just for the sake of being devil's advocate, I'm gonna roll with my guy LA Knight, Eli Drake, LA Knight. You know, whatever you call him, whatever you know him as. You know, if you know him as car shield guy who gets hit in the back with a chair by Ric Flair, call him that too. But yeah, I'm gonna pick him for that. Also on NXT this week, we got the women's championship on the line. Frankie Monet versus Raquel Gonzalez. So I think it's about time that title changed hands to an Index. Index get married. So there's gonna be some fun shenanigans with that.
Don't lose to Frankie. Don't lose to Frankie, man.
Why not?
No. I don't see what the big deal is about. Maybe it's because of like where she's at now in her career, as opposed to back in Impact, because you know times different. Everybody gets older and things change. Like John Morrison didn't say he wasn't impacted on Lucha, but it's like I'm not seeing the appeal of her in ring and all this other stuff. Like, okay, she gives a nice little wrinkle to the whole Rob Storm brand thing like that. It's fresher now, but because they got her in the ring with jobbers, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe we haven't seen her, you know, really go in a high pace match with somebody that can really go. But I'm not seeing it with her, honestly. And she's stealing Beth Phoenix's finisher like that. If anything,
everybody's stealing Beth's finisher at this point.
I see that. We just running that into the ground. But I mean, I would have rather seen her like get into like a feud or something with Beth before getting her in the title picture. Like I'm not ready for that yet. I want, if somebody's gonna take the title off Raquel, you know who it need to be. Especially after that match she had with Ember this week.
Oh, Kaylee Ray.
No. Okay. Kaylee Ray.
Hey, Mei Ying went crazy though too.
That's a fact. You got options. That is a beautiful thing about it. You got options.
I'm biased towards Frankie Monet. Like, it's a former, women's champion of Las Vegas at one point in time. Y'all know how I am. If you was a champion of any sort in Las Vegas, I am completely 100%, 125% on your bandwagon. So that's why y'all can't slander Karrion Kross on my timeline and really get away with it. As a former champion of Las Vegas, bro. Matt Riddle, he ain't win shit in Las Vegas, but he from here too. So y'all can't slander Matt Riddle on my timeline. Frankie Monet, Zoe Stark can't do it, bro. Whoever else.
I feel like Zoe gonna turn on EO.
Val Venus.
I feel like it's coming.
Was he?
Yeah, I think Val Venus is from Vegas.
No, the character Val Venus is from Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Actual Val Venus is Canadian.
No, that nigga's a Canadian.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Godfather.
That's a whole fact.
Godfather, definitely. I seen Flavor Flav was at Big 3.
Yeah, I seen it too.
I'm about to say, like, you would know about that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I walked past him because Bernard Hopkins was there, so I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Flav? Hey, Bernard."
I've seen Flav so many times, man. It's ridiculous. Hey, we're gonna circle back to NXT and talk about this Hall of Fame, but let's get into Monday Night Raw. The whole episode was tag team turmoil, and the road to the Almighty Grand Slam is back on track. So I'm glad to see Randy Orton and the Almighty mixing it up. Bobby Lashley, Randy Orton. It should be good. Randy Orton don't need to beat him like he beat Drew last year. So I don't want to see that.
So was I wrong in hearing it? Wasn't they supposed to have the title match at Extreme Rules? How are we switching it to Monday or tomorrow night?
Car subject to change, man. I don't know. I don't even remember. I don't pay attention that much to it, man. Like, I just turn the show on Mondays and whatever they rewrite the show too much for me to really just get hype over stuff. So whatever they want to show me when the show is on air is what they're gonna show me, and like that's a good way to enjoy stuff. Like, I told you I enjoy stuff so much more when I just watch it and just I subvert any expectations I have, and it's all good. Like, if I expect Sasha Banks to show up though, like, she better shut the fuck up. But other than that, especially if I bought a t-shirt for the match, I ain't gonna get into that. But that y'all definitely like my third or fourth peasant of the week for sure. I can't wait for that. What did y'all think about that tag turmoil last week?
I didn't even watch Raw.
That's fair. What about you, Reese?
I just didn't like that they split it up. Like, you start off with the show, take it however long you want to take it, or put it in the middle of the show and have it go all the way through the end. Like, that taking a break in the middle, in between, I don't know if that was like a change on the fly that they did, but that
I understood it because, like, probably your biggest segment you have, you got to kick off and start the show with it, which is what they did. And fortunately, that was their strongest segment of the show, so you got to close with it too. I expected them to go the whole 3 hours, but they didn't.
Yeah. And it's like that's fine. Like, you don't want to take it all up through the show and have some stuff in there too. But yeah, it's like I didn't think they was gonna empty the whole clip with every single tag team in a division. Like, that brings up a whole nother issue I have that I don't need to.
The fact that they had 8 tag teams on Raw, that we didn't know that they had 8 tag teams.
Right,
on Raw.
Legitimate tag teams.
That's what I'm saying.
Pretty much, yeah. Like,
oh shit.
Their definition of legit tag teams. So, like, you had like Mustafa Ali and Mansoor, but they've been doing the story for like 2 months, so they pretty much a team right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's gonna bring up a whole nother thing that I don't even have time for to get into tonight. But it's like, we was talking about the death in tag teams, but clearly y'all don't have issue with that on SmackDown, Raw, and SmackDown is good too. So like, what's the issue? But nah, like for what it
Quietly, they've been
was,
getting showcased a lot recently. I just think people so stuck on just like the fact that they have not been represented in tag teams before that they don't notice it. Also, the fact that people don't really care for the show itself, and so you kind of tune it out if you're not paying attention. That's my take on it.
yeah, I think that.
Yep.
It was good though.
Yeah. New Day went crazy.
Go back and watch it on Hulu.
Watch that shit, man. Like New Day went nuts. Like New Day won like 6 matches in that shit.
They becoming like the goats of the
They are the
matches.
goats. They are the gauntlet goats. They solidified that 2 years ago. They're the gauntlet goats. They won like 3 gauntlet matches in a month and a half, a couple years ago.
Right.
So they
Kofi running the table to get into
Lucha Party still a tag team?
Lucha House
Party
Party
still a
yeah.
team? Oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were still around, honestly.
I forgot about him because like
That's what,
which is
like,
crazy.
And did Kalisto get released?
Yeah, he gone with the other 2, which is crazy. I think like the other 2, they was going to win the titles last year, and then the pandemic happened, so they couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was supposed to happen.
It sucks, man. AEW, we have Bryan Danielson challenging Kenny Omega, and that should be cool. Like we know what to expect out of that. We know it's gonna be fun. They we talked about Brian Cage. His wife was just like, yo, he getting misused, and Brian Cage was like, hell yeah, but don't attack my wife. She didn't write the article. She was just a great
I mean, he hasn't did the most.
He hasn't not done shit since he debuted.
This fucking Team Taz shit, man. I'm tired of it.
Stop that shit. You got CM Punk feuding with.
That talking about CM Punk. You're like, no.
CM Punk came back for this shit.
No, he like that's what I'm saying. Like, no, don't put. No, we don't.
And I'm supposed to think he happy.
I want to see niggas on TV. I want to see the niggas on TV.
Like Ricky Starks, you cool. Powerhouse Hobbs, you cool. Team Taz as a collective unit, no. Everybody need to go their own separate ways and do their own thing because this is going on too long. But we are talking about AEW right now. Never mind. I forgot. We on AEW, so let's talk about it. Just briefly.
And can we please, like, I'm begging at this point. I get it. The Elite was cool, but you niggas don't need to be together no more. Nigga, this is your company. Once again, why are we still together as a co? Now, if you had maybe Kenny and the Good Brothers or Kenny and the Bucks, cool, but all you niggas don't need to be together, bro.
Oh, it's too late now. It's too late now because now that you don't
Adam
have
Cole,
now you gotta.
That could be a good way to break up the group though. When Adam goes to that belt,
yeah,
that could be a good. He
Adam Cole ain't forget. Adam Cole did not forget.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying,
and his wife there. I kind of want to see the pairing with his wife too. Even though his wife is doing
oh man, let me tell you something.
That's gonna be phenomenal.
I was clapping, I was hollering when he went off on Tony because I done talked about it for weeks. I'm sick and tired of Tony Schiavone and this terrible biased journalism on a regular basis and this creepy thing he got going on with Britt.
First person
I'm so glad Adam came in and shut that shit down immediately. Like, listen. You gonna chill out with all this shit with Britt, or I'm gonna go upside your head. You gonna get your ass beat out here. And they said, get out of my ring ASAP. Like, handle that, nip that in the bud quick, because I'm sick and tired of it. That's what I'm saying.
He ain't lying.
Facts.
That's why I love me some Adam Cole.
Baby. That's why I wore the shirt. I wore the shirt today. I was like, he was on that shit. I'm not getting his new shirt, but yeah.
I appreciate him for that.
Baby.
And
Tony
Schiavone, facts. And Tony Schiavone don't want no smoke neither.
Now you seen what happened to your son. And that was against a whole weaker motherfucker. So imagine somebody that got some juice. Baby.
Boy.
Now who's this man? Well, him and Bryan Danielson. That's still getting used to saying that shit. But CM Punk, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the roster right now, and there's so many other people he can go against. Anybody,
bro. I would have accepted this nigga versus Cody. Like, if you were to have him come in, like if CM Punk gonna come in doing the same old shit, He need to do that anti-rebel corporate shit. He being too much of a company man right now for me to take CM Punk seriously. So he need to come in, be on that rebel shit, be like, Cody, you full of shit. Kenny, y'all full of shit. Y'all are what's wrong with wrestling, be all that shit. Come in, be a heel. Stop that pandering shit. Come in and just be something different.
Come in and shit on everybody. Like everybody. Like, nigga, I'm wrestling.
Do what Dan Lambert is doing right now.
I could have went anywhere.
That's why I was kind of rocking with Taz. That's why I was kind of rocking with Taz when he started off saying, like, yo, nobody's buying this bullshit that you're talking right now. Like, I agree. You 100% right about that. But then he was like, yo, you don't want no smoke with Team Taz. Like, bro, Team Taz is, we don't care about Team Taz no more. Stop promoting that. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here.
Y'all haven't done anything to legitimize yourself as a human.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You brought in the title. You brought in the title.
Don't use it.
You brought in a title that was not regulation.
Ricky Starks won that shit did what?
Exactly. You brought in this title that was not regulation, and I think you might have defended it twice in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And now Ricky got it, and like you said, ain't doing nothing with it at all. We don't see it, barely see him. Like, that shit is dead, bro. It's time to move on.
He caught that one promo dressed like The Rock, and that was it.
Like, I want to see him go against somebody like Andrade or fucking Jungle Boy or
Pac. Punk and Pac.
Fire. Punk and Pac.
Oh, hell yes.
Punk and Pac.
I need all of that.
Yeah, but the AEW is hot right now, so we're gonna see if they can keep it up.
Hey, it's just like everybody else. See what they're gonna do with it, bro.
Like,
you can have all this stuff, but if you don't do shit with it,
you gotta do something with it. Like all these debuts, all this stuff. Like, you're gonna get some buzz and everything at that time, but it's all about how you use them. Like, Bret Hart got buzz in WCW, and they misused the fuck out of him, and he ended up getting hurt, and his career was over. So,
oh my god,
like, we don't want another Bret Hart situation. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Like, maybe you want to just like WCW. I don't know. But we will see, man. We will see.
Now I'm hearing Ric Flair supposed to be making an appearance.
Yes, Andrade dumped Chavo Guerrero, which I was looking forward to packing Andrade so much. It wasn't on pay-per-view. I guess maybe Pat thought, yo, this ending stupid as fuck. I ain't doing this on pay-per-view, but I'll do this shit because the ending was kind of trash. The match was good. Ending was bad. But Chavo Guerrero, Andrade about to be on his third manager. He's been around.
I called it.
3.5 months. It's probably gonna be Ric Flair, as we saw at Triple Mania. It's probably gonna be Ric Flair.
That's his pops. So hey, and
then we're gonna get that Ric Flair, Sting, Tully, and Arn Anderson fatal 4-way. And that shit gonna be fire.
Funny as hell. That's gonna be funny as hell.
That's one of the things that they do I don't like. Like, listen, this is y'all need to stop with your little spin-off of Triller Fight Club with all these old motherfuckers trying to get in the ring and bang it out again. Exactly. Like, no, I am not in any. I do not ever.
Tully and Sting face off. I'm gonna just be online instigating the whole entire time. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just laugh at everybody from both sides.
Like, y'all got away with Sting because y'all found a way to do it safely and not like exert him too much. I don't want to see Tully nowhere getting in the ring.
Sting is getting Sting.
Mind you,
Tully has gotten in the ring. He getting a bag just to walk.
Tully has gotten in the ring multiple times this year and had a match. I think he's had like 2 matches so far this year. Granted, there was like tag teams with the Revival and shit, but still. Like Ric Flair, I feel like Ric Flair get in the ring and he gonna die. So like, I don't want that. Oh, that's Arn Anderson. Y'all know how y'all know my stance on Arn Anderson.
Arn stay getting kicked in the face.
Dog.
He got his. How many times he got his ass whooped this year?
Like, I was dumping Cody. I was dumping niggas. Like, yo, I've been retired 20-some years. I'm getting my ass beat. By all your ops is beating my ass. I'm done.
They never beat up your brother. They just beat me.
Dog, like, get this nigga brother. He's still active. Like, I know me and his brother like 10 years apart, but he's still active though.
Like, you couldn't kick him in his face. Like, why you coming at me?
He didn't even kick his brother in the face. He got him in the shoulder and shit.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to see it. I want to see None of them. I don't want to see Rick getting back. The fact that Rick went down to Mexico and took about 5 minutes to get one leg for the figure 4, like, nah, man. That's all I needed to see. I'm good.
Yeah.
Y'all think
retired folks retired.
Y'all think like Ric Flair can, like, at this old age, he can pronounce Andrade El Idolo easily without getting his tongue tied?
Nope.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think so either.
I can't even do that shit.
Yeah, me neither. Same. SmackDown is this the best show on television, y'all. It's probably the best show of the week. It might be the best show of September, like including All Out. Like, I enjoyed this show. I'm gonna run down everything we had on this show. Madison Square Garden, we got the return of Brock Lesnar. Because Brock Lesnar said, I ain't going to no bum ass cities like y'all motherfuckers be in Little Rock, Arkansas, and fucking Cleveland, Ohio. I'm not going there. Brock said, I ain't going there. I come to Vegas. I come to New York. I come to like the LA. I'll go to Saudi Arabia. I ain't going to no motherfucking Jacksonville, nigga. I'm not going there. Big E teased challenging Bobby Lashley, which is probably going to happen. And I think a lot of us have kind of been clamoring for that the past few months. So yeah, that him popping up and harassing Paul Heyman, red herring. I'm telling y'all that right now. Ice Trader Gang, Trae Young popped up at Madison Square Garden. Probably my favorite thing they've done in a while, probably since Bad Bunny. I like when celebrities get involved, real celebrities,
right.
YouTube celebrities. But however,
gotta go.
Trae Young popped up. I wasn't expecting him. This dude, Sami Zayn, had on a Kevin Knox jersey. How do you feel about that, Reek?
I said it. It's cheap heat, but Vince really trying to go for the award for like heel of the year. Because I mean, bringing this man back in this building just a few months.
It's quiet as fucking here.
After that disrespect,
it's quiet as fucking here.
Displayed. Oh god. Right.
Yeah.
Why you had to do this, man? Why you had to do this?
Hey, but I'll probably my least favorite thing about that segment, because it just was not realistic. The ref was against Trae Young. What? That wasn't authentic at all. So you might.
But I expected it because Trae come in. He's obviously the heel, and the whole crowd knows who he is. So it's like it all made perfect sense. Like, of course, you're gonna do something to get him ejected, so everybody can get
sent
hyped
all the
and
niggas
start.
home this year.
Yeah. So they gotta get him back in a way, so the crowd can start getting hype and talk some shit to him on the way out.
I do want to say this one thing. I've seen people saying they could have cut this match because a 2-minute women's match didn't make the show, which I would have complained about too. Y'all complained about it not being on the show. Y'all would have complained about it being on the show. Y'all ain't flying an NBA All-Star out to Madison Square Garden and not using it. They weren't cutting that match.
Listen. It was a 10-man tag. You could have had Trae Young in a segment. You could have had Trae Young on something with Sami Zayn. You didn't need to have a whole 10.
Y'all would have complained about them 10 men not getting on the show either. So it's just like it's a lose-lose situation.
Only person I would have been bothered is Apollo. Y'all would have found a way to put Big E in.
Folks would have been mad.
The rest of them
not on the show.
I don't care. Like, the thing is too, it's like I've been said this before. Shinsuke is just there on vacation with WWE. Like, he's not. We had expectation of what we wanted to see from Shinsuke, and we never got that. And so now it's just like he's just settled in. He's just doing whatever he wants to do to have fun. And so him having the IC title doesn't mean anything because it's like there's nowhere to go from here at this point. And in a way, it sucks because it's devaluing the title. We don't see it that much. Ever since Apollo won it at that high point, everyone got hyped, and it's like, okay, this is great. But then, like I said before, like, what was it, 2 weeks ago, he didn't defend it. From the time he won at WrestleMania, we didn't get a single IC championship defense on a pay-per-view right up until he lost it to Shinsuke. So the IC title's been suffering. The mid-card's been suffering. So why should we care if Shinsuke is on our TV screens or not? Rick Boogs is more over than Shinsuke is. The dude playing the guitar is more over than Shinsuke, who's the Intercontinental Champion. So to me, it's not hurting none. I'm just mad that they botched Apollo when they put so much work into his rebranding the character. Like, that's the
biggest tragedy in all this. We talking about a Zelina Vega, Carmella. Like, y'all didn't want to see them anyway. Y'all don't like seeing them on TV to begin with. So like,
Fit was fire though. That fit was fire.
I seen it was fire. But the biggest tragedy is Happy Corbin got cut.
No.
Which is a bigger tragedy. Y'all could have fit a 2-minute Happy Corbin segment on this show, but you don't see me on Twitter complaining about it, doing hashtags, tagging a bunch of wrestlers and tweets about it. I'm not doing it.
Did y'all see him and MJF on Twitter?
I did. They was real, real bros. Real bros.
I like that.
Listen. To paraphrase,
MJF on my list of dudes leaving AEW when they contracted too.
Hey, if you going to,
I don't know.
As long as he's going to WWE, I don't care. Shit.
MJF can't be PG though. Not after this week. MJF can't be PG.
He don't gotta be.
Hell no.
He's not. He's not capable.
That shit he did, which I forgot to talk about. Like, I think like sometimes like even in wrestling, you kind of there's lines to be drawn. You can't make abortion jokes when you got these abortion laws being signed in real life. Like, that's just different level of shit. I think like
that made mama a crackhead.
Oh yeah, no, I laughed at Metheny. That shit had me dying.
Right,
Metheny was jokes. The abortion shit, I was just like, all right, hold on now, we doing too much. But
talking about your mom should have swallowed and all such. Like, yo, dog, he can't be. This man cannot ever be PG. I don't know if he could ever be a face.
It's gonna be real. Brian Pillman Jr. is probably gonna lose the match, and he's gonna look like a chump. Like, this nigga talking about my mama.
He talking about your mama, and you got beat up. Like, you already look like a chump.
Yeah, he gonna look like a chump. But that's AEW. Like, talking about SmackDown. We talking about SmackDown.
He hopped in the ring and didn't do nothing. What? You supposed to have? What you talking?
Let's talk about SmackDown, y'all. Becky Lynch got booed, so maybe, as I always say, we should let things play the fuck out because it took less than a month and it's working. These things just don't happen instantly. You got to build to them.
Listen, she had to tap in her Conor McGregor bag because because all I thought about when she came out with that jacket, you remember? I don't Malik remember this. The press conference in New York when he was fighting Eddie Alvarez. He came out with the mink.
Yes,
that's all I thought about. Like, she went in her bag.
Didn't he come on one with Floyd too?
I think he had the tiger. He had the tiger on.
Yeah, it was hot as fuck that day too. Dumbass.
Facts,
anyway,
yo.
But you know he had that shit though. He put that shit on before he went on stage. Took it off when he was
Yeah. She went in her Conor McGregor bag. I was fucking with that.
And she said, "I left my little girl at home for you motherfuckers for hashtag you niggas." Hey, Seth and Edge was going crazy. I was kind of jealous because like I didn't want them to put on a better match in SummerSlam because like that's the best match I ever seen in person. So I didn't want them to top that, but they might have. I want to watch it back, but see you in January, Edge, or February, whenever the Rumble is. See you. He gonna tell you.
It's okay because keep him at his limits. We don't want him to get hurt. It's okay.
Thanks.
And then in the main event, Street Profits did not win the titles yet, but in due time, them and the Usos put on some fire. Ending was great, and we got the Demon. So we getting the Demon versus Roman Reigns. What if Brock calls Roman the title at Extreme Rules? What y'all gonna do? How y'all gonna feel?
I'm cool with that because
that makes the storyline even better.
But number one, you protect both people. The Demon doesn't take a loss. Roman doesn't lose cleanly. There's a distraction involved. And if you want to have him win it right back, you want to set up like a triple threat or something like that, then you can do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that scenario doesn't create a lot of losing situations. So we'll be all right. I'm cool with that. Demon gotta get that universal title back anyway. So
that's.
And I'm Team Bullet Club, so I'm for it.
Big facts, man. And that's the week, y'all. So let's move into what y'all here for. It's our first time doing this, so we do like little experiments. You know,
Hold on, TC. We are the first ones to do this
that I know of. So, like, you know, is the first that I know of. It's the first. It's still the first. NXT Hall of Fame, as we mentioned, NXT 2.0 begins this week on USA. Check your local listings for the time because they don't pay me to promote all that. But
one more interruption. I just looked it up on YouTube. I see no videos about it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah,
we're the first ones.
Yeah, we the first NXT Hall of Fame. We all chose 6 wrestlers. It was gonna be 5, but I felt like, you know, I couldn't cut somebody out of the list. I had 7, and somebody had to go. Unfortunately, I felt bad letting this guy go. I ain't gonna tell y'all who it was. Keith Lee. I had to let Keith Lee go. He did not make the cut. He was gonna make the cut as the first ever double champion in NXT, double singles champion rather. Yeah, unfortunately did not make the cut. But we got 18, 6 of us, 3 of us, 6 each. And what we're gonna do here is introduce each member of the Hall of Fame. We're just gonna give our favorite moment and or match and move on to the next person because we don't want to run too long. 18 people is gonna get boring. So let's keep it concise and we're gonna jump right into it. My selection, we can introduce our own selections as well. My selection, the first ever NXT champion, Seth freaking Rollins. Y'all might have forgot he was in NXT. If you wasn't watching back then, this is when it was on TV. It was on like Hulu, YouTube, I think, WWE.com, all that shit. So you might have missed when Seth Rollins was there. He was champion. Shield debut, he wasn't champion anymore. It was a good like 4 months. So you might have missed it. That's my pick. Number 1 entrant into the Hall of Fame. You gotta have the first ever champ. You gotta have an architect. That's my pick.
So my first ever is pretty easy because he got his own. He got named after wrestling. You know, he is Johnny Wrestling. He is the heart and soul of NXT, Mr. Johnny Gargano. That dude embodies everything that the show was about. So I mean, I think it's pretty simple. First triple crown. Yeah, first triple crown, and I guess you could say Grand Slam because he won every title. So I mean that's it right there. Like him and Ciampa had the rivalry, the best rivalry in my opinion in NXT, and since they've been created. So I mean that's easy enough. And the dude never stops finding new ways to keep his character fresh. He's almost like Jericho in that regard. So I love that shit. But that's my first pick.
3-time North American champion too. Nobody else has done that.
Big facts.
Malik.
All right. My first one is Miss Bayley. She was part of that, you know, original NXT when they first went on the network, when things really started popping. It's part of the women's revolution. Her and Sasha Banks probably to this day have probably the top 3 greatest NXT matches that take over Brooklyn, if not top, even if not the best. Yeah, what they did back then was just amazing, bro. And I think that really elevated the women's revolution into what it is now. Them ladies down there. But yeah, Bayley. I know we got more coming up. So,
and if you gotta have Bayley on here, you gotta have Sasha Banks on here too. For the same reason, NXT Women's Champion, NXT Brooklyn Takeover. Takeover Respect was the Iron Man match, which I think Iron Man match low key I like better than Brooklyn, but I mean Brooklyn is just a whole nother level. But the Iron Man match is, you know,
that gets looked over.
You made the little girl cry. That's why I put that match over. Yeah. So Sasha Banks. the boss.
Yes, sir.
Was that the first ever women's one in WWE?
Iron
Yeah.
Man in NXT. Yeah, I don't know about the
Yeah,
name.
it was. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
I think it was like the first one like ever in WWE.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Right.
All right. And so I mentioned him when I was talking about Johnny Gargano. I can't not put him on here, Tommaso Ciampa, because I mean it's the same thing. Him and Johnny came in as the tag team DIY, and the man broke everyone's heart. He is the reason that you cannot trust that little pop up on the left hand corner of the screen. He is the reason you can't trust when that comes up at the end of pay-per-views anymore, because this man literally the moment they came up, looked Gargano in the eye, said, "This is my moment."
Main roster too.
And yeah. Soon as that came up, that man started whooping Johnny's ass. And to this day, I maintain this. I said it back then. I'm gonna say it again. At that time, the entire year of 2018, he was the best heel in all of wrestling. The man came out with no entrance music at one point in time.
Fuck
Got
you, Ciampa.
serenaded to the ring and booze and fuck you Ciampas like the whole way down. If that ain't an NXT Hall of Fame, I don't know what is. Easily.
Off rip. Elite. Tommaso
right.
Ciampa, by the way, real quick. Tommaso Ciampa, NXT champion, tag team champion with DIY.
That's right.
All right, my next pick had to be another WWE Network OG, Sami Zayn. I think, he, once again, just like Bailey, they were part of this wave that made this show must watch. Our show on the WWE Network. What is this? We don't know who these people are. You come in and you see that it was must watch. That match of him and Cesaro, amazing. That still gets talked about today. What he did with Kevin Owens, amazing. What he did with Neville, amazing, bro. I love that match. I watched that match like last month. Like what this man did there, he was a part of that. Like, he made it what it was.
Forget that.
Yeah. I was gonna. Yeah, him and Shinsuke. Like, shout out to Sami Zayn.
Dallas. I'm about to watch that one. Because I think my favorite thing about the match with Shinsuke was like Shinsuke entered. I think it was like his first entrance he made, like with the whole spectacle and shit.
Yeah.
And Sami Zayn, like legit, not in character. This dude is just like can't hide how amazed he is about this whole shit. Like that's the shit I like.
I think was he dancing too?
Sammy, he was sitting down, just like watching. Like he was sitting in the corner,
soaking it in.
Yeah, he was just like, God damn, this shit dope as fuck. So
Sammy do be doing that though,
all the time.
Yeah,
like that video that went viral with him like dancing on the turnbuckle when Joe came out with his music.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Sammy. Next up, I'm gonna make my pick, man, and I'm gonna just throw this one out here, yo. Undisputed Era. You were doing tag teams, we were doing singles, we're doing factions, but Undisputed Era, I mean, they were NXT champion Adam Cole held it for over a year. North American champion Adam Cole and Roger Strong held that. And then I think every combination of guys in Undisputed Era held the tag titles as well. They took away Adam Cole's and then they gave it back to him because, you know how they take stuff away and they only recognize certain accomplishments if they need to, if it fits the narrative like they do with Charlotte Flair. So they did the same thing with Adam Cole. They only counted his tag titles when him and Johnny Gargano was going against each other, and it was just like triple crowns. They needed to call the man a triple crown, so it is what it is. Undisputed Era, they ran NXT for 4 years. It was crazy. 3 years, however, whatever. 3.5 years, something like that. Tag team champions 3 times and won the Dusty Classic, best faction in NXT history. One of the best factions in WWE history. Big facts.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No doubt. Since we're talking about, tag teams, factions, I gotta go with a tag team that is definitely well deserved for this, the AOP, because we had so far and few tag teams that were dominant. The Road Warriors, the APA, I say the Dudleys in there, the most most decorated in terms of championships, the most decorated tag team out there. The AOP came in like a house on fire, and they just like ran through. The biggest reason why DIY's win was so special was because they beat the Authors of Pain, because they had been so dominant, because they'd been on such a roll. I believe that they're 2 or 3-time tag team champions. The AOP, I think it's 2. Yeah, 2-time champion.
Yeah.
They could have stayed around and had more. Of course, you know what happens. You get called up to the main roster and everything goes to shit. But for the time that they were there, they really helped elevate the tag team division to where it is and where it stayed, and that they were mainstays, and that was an important thing. So, gotta put them in there too.
Yes, sir. Since we're talking about tag teams, Reed just mentioned this tag team, and that is DIY. They both was already introduced into this Hall of Fame earlier. But yeah, these guys tore it up, bro. They made it in 3 takeovers they went against each other 3 takeovers. I forgot, but these guys tore it up, man. With the Revival, with AOP, everybody they were just in the ring against, bro. They tore it up. I think I like them in the Revival the most, just because they them and AOP, because AOP they matches was just incredible, bro. So DIY, that's my pick. I mean, they only won the tag titles once, or was it twice?
Once. It was one time.
Yep. Yeah, and I think that really elevated both of their careers right there, because soon as Ciampa turned on Johnny, then all that went. Then we got the 3 main events and all that. So yes, DIY.
Yeah.
Well, people forget they had a match at the Cruiserweight Classic too.
Yeah,
that was
they did.
Yeah,
crazy.
It was
That's
fire.
actually how they became friends. I think was the story. Like they I don't think they knew each other before that match, and then they ended up becoming friends. It was Ciampa was the best man at Johnny and Candice's wedding, so it's fire little story, man. My next selection to the Young Kings Wrestling NXT Hall of Fame, the most recent NXT champion, the only 3-time champion in NXT history. Also won the Dusty Classic with Finn Balor 2016, I think it was. So that means he's a tag champ as well. Samoa Joe out here. And he just lost the title today to Vacant, the greatest champion in history of wrestling. Samoa Joe, yo.
Yes, sir. Oh man,
I don't have a favorite Samoa Joe NXT match.
Yeah,
I got a favorite moment.
Yeah, he had a good one with Finn, I want to say.
Yeah, him and Finn.
Oh yeah,
my favorite match.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about OGs, I gotta go all the way back with this one. The inaugural.
Oh,
no, hell no.
He's not ever touching this.
The inaugural NXT Women's Champion, Paige. Because listen, this first of all, the inaugural NXT Women's Champion, the first ever simultaneous NXT Women's Champ and Divas Champ, won it on her first night on Raw, on her debut match at age 21. She was that woman that changed the game in terms of what the term diva was and what the term women's wrestler was. Because from the time she came in, it was no, all the like sex appeal and like cute shit, nothing like that. Like, no, she was showing up there to whoop ass. Because that was her, that was the whole thing about her and her family, her background. They all was hardcore wrestlers across the pond. So she came over here and started putting on some slappers in NXT from the jump. She won the first ever tournament, became the first champion, and just started blazing a trail all the way on through. Brought in Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose and part of a faction. They came in, now they're doing their thing. She laid the groundwork, did her thing, and career got cut short. She may be on the way back, so looking good. May see it happen, but yeah, definitely got to put Paige in there.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
And my next pick, just today I found out that he has never won an NXT championship. I thought he did, but Guess not. He's a one-time NXT Tag Champion, one-time NXT Dusty Road Tag Classic Champ. He won a NXT Match of the Year with Tyler Bate, and he was a WWE United Kingdom Champion. That is Mr. Pete Dunne.
He's your NXT
now
champion.
that kind of that just changed my whole predictions for
depending on when
Tuesday.
you listen to this, he might be champion.
Yeah, he might be champion already. But I did not know he's never won it. Clearly way overdue. But yeah, Pete Dunne, man, he's given us great matches time after time after time. He don't say nothing, but he is an amazing wrestler, and he has made NXT amazing. And yeah, Pete Dunne.
This man's real name is Peter England.
Peter England, Mr. England. Yeah,
Peter England from
guy.
England.
That
man
like
named
that.
Peter England. He Peter from England. That shit crazy.
Yeah. Remember in the tournament, he just attacked whoever he's not. I forgot. Was it Tyler Bate? It was just something dope with him. Like him and Triple H had like a whole like little thing. I wish they would have turned that into something where he was just like a degenerate. No pun. But
I thought it was a pun.
Who knows? I want to see him on the main roster though, bro. Like he's another one of these guys that it's time for him to move up. Hopefully he wins this, get rid of it, go to the main roster. But Pete Dunne.
They gave him a match. I forget who it was against. I feel like it was
Adam Cole.
like that. What was it?
That's Survivor Series.
On main roster.
That's Survivor Series. Yeah, that's Survivor Series.
Like that. There was somebody on Raw. He had a match on Raw. I forget who it was against.
I remember.
Really?
It might have been against Miz. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But I will find out here in like 5-10 seconds. So y'all just keep talking about Pete Dunne and his greatness. And
the broser waits.
Oh yeah.
Great time.
I didn't think I was gonna like that,
guys,
but it was dope.
All of us were wrong. But I do remember this match. This was like right after it was when he was UK champion, and they went over to England, and he beat Enzo in like 3 minutes. When Enzo, I think Enzo was cruiserweight champion.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So there was a reason I forgot about that.
Like Pete Dunne wasn't fully established yet. It was against Enzo. It was 3 minutes. It was in the UK. So it was a
him and Johnny Gargano had a good match too.
Oh yeah, him and Johnny Gargano got good matches. Everybody. My next pick, we was talking about UK blokes. You know, UK man them. You know them UK things, man. You know, shout out to Gigs. Donna. Walter. Longest reigning NXT UK champion. He came over here and started whooping niggas' asses every 18 months or some shit like that. That's how Walter should do it. Walter should come here like once a year, beat somebody ass, and then leave, and then don't come back for another year. Just stay over there and just whoop everybody ass over there on a consistent basis, and just come up. Him and like Walter and Dragunov, both matches fired. I was in UK. UK still counts NXT. Over in America, I wish we got him and Finn, because him and Finn would have went crazy. I still want that match. They still owe me that match. It was the pandemic's fault, so y'all owe us that match. So shout out to Walter. Real talk. He's not even from the UK. I don't know why I called him a UK bloke.
Real talk though. I'm gonna stay with the women, and I'm gonna go. This was a no-brainer to me, because from the second she came in, you knew she was gonna take over, and that is Asuka. Pure. All I gotta say is this: she spent basically her whole run on NXT as the women's champion. She had like a handful of matches with a few of the women there, and then they put her right into the feud with Bayley. She took the title off her in Dallas, and she never lost. She got injured. She had to relinquish. They moved her right up to the main roster after that. I think is she? I don't know if she is still the longest reigning NXT women's champion.
Mm-hmm.
Still, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she holds the record for the longest reign. She didn't have anything else. That was it. That's all she needed. One long ass reign that has still yet to be beaten. Putting on some bangers with the best women in the world. once again putting the women on the map. You know, just like I said before with Paige, she just upped the bar even higher. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when we talk about how NXT's women's division is the best in wrestling, it's because of women like Asuka who set the stage. The first ever women's last man standing match with Nikki Cross, which was another banger.
I'm about to talk about that.
You know
That's
what
my
I'm saying?
favorite match Asuka had in NXT.
Yeah, absolutely. They tore the house down. So this was a no-brainer. Asuka in the Hall of Fame, no questions asked.
Undefeated NXT. Nobody's ever beaten her. Ever.
Facts.
It's crazy.
Yes, sir. Now, my next guy is Mr. Shinsuke Nakamura. I remember the night I was watching NXT and he popped up on that screen and the crowd went crazy. Then he had a match against Sami Zayn. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how was he? He was the first? No, Joe was the first ever two-time champ, but he's a two-time NXT champion. He had an amazing match with Finn Balor, and with Samoa Joe. They had like a little rivalry going on there too. And were they the first ever cage match in NXT? I don't remember. Why I feel like they was in the cage.
No, that was Finn and Joe.
Finn and Joe. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, Shinsuke, welcome to the Hall of Fame, man. Me personally, I wish he would have did more on the main roster, but we talked about this earlier that he looked like he's just chilling. His family, I guess his family love it out there. So, hey, I'll take the NXT. We got New Japan, all that stuff. We're good.
Factual. Big facts. My final selection. I can't go without this one. She will get her just due soon rather than later. I know I talk that Frankie Monet stuff, but soon rather than later. Longest reigning NXT UK Women's Champion, which is by default the longest reigning women's championship reign in WWE history. Go look it up. There's one person on the technical list, but we don't acknowledge that person. So Kaylee Ray gets that honor. Longest reigning UK champ. She needs more respect. They had like the top 50 women, and she was number 47 or some shit like that. Longest reigning champ in the history of this company, bro. She needs the top 10 at least. I know there's some other women who have had more accomplishments. Charlotte Flair, Sasha, all the four horsewomen, Asuka, Trish, Lita, then maybe like Kaylee Ray. I wouldn't be Kaylee Ray, y'all. Welcome to the Hall of Fame, Kaylee. Mako Satomura, both of them matches. The matches versus Piper Niven, aka Dewdrop. Go watch both of them. Go watch the Falls Count Anywhere if you want to.
Oh yeah, I think that's my favorite one. That's my favorite.
Go watch that. Go watch the match he had with Jenny Couture. Banger. Like, show this woman some respect, yo.
Yes, sir.
Correct. 100%. All right. My final selection is another no-brainer because we already mentioned them earlier when we talked about the Undisputed Era. And the fact of the matter is, there would be no Undisputed Era without this man because in 2017, he came in to shock the system. And he did. Mr. Adam Cole, baby. He showed up. The eyes of the world were on it because he showed up right as Drew McIntyre won the NXT Championship, his crowning moment. Adam Cole said, nah, we don't care about that. It's about us right now. And it was because he came in flanked by Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. And from that moment on, the Undisputed Era ruled NXT. Tag team champion, the first ever North American champion, the longest reigning NXT world champion to date. Bruh. And put on some of the best matches. War Games, 2 out of 3 falls with Johnny Gargano, rematches with Keith Lee. Who else was he at? I'm missing. Pete Dunne, Daniel Bryan over on SmackDown. Like, I mean, this dude just anyway. I love the segment that he had when NXT took over SmackDown and Triple H was talking to Daniel Bryan. He was like, yo, champ, yo, you want to fight? This is my guy right here. This is when you knew it was about to be on fire. Like that's how you treat a superstar, man. That's how you knew. Like that man was running the show, and NXT was run by the Undisputed Era. All the gold at one point in time. Everybody that was the best faction in my eyes since Evolution. And Adam Cole was at the centerpiece. Wouldn't have happened without him. He gonna hit his due. Unfortunately, he ain't with him no more, but he left his mark in just 4 years, like nobody else has. Adam Cole, NXT Hall of Fame.
That's why Adam Cole didn't want to go to Raw. He was scared of running him back into Drew. He's like, nah, Drew ain't forget. I'm going. I'm about to go with my homies.
Drew said, we got to run that back.
He did the Red Dad on Friday. No.
Oh, man.
All right. So
final selection, Mr. Riggs.
Final selection, my last pick. And doing my research on this guy, he's to me one of the NXT GOATs. He has wrestled.
He up there.
I'm looking at his resume. He has wrestled probably the resume of the guys he's wrestled. He's left and he's came back. And people don't put a lot of respect on his name, but I gotta say my next introductee, whatever, is Mr. Finn Balor. This dude has wrestled everybody from Kevin Owens, Shinsuke, Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, Samoa Joe, Karrion Kross. He wrestled Johnny Ciampa and Adam Cole, same match. Had a crazy match with Matt Riddle and a crazy match with Pete Dunne.
God, yes.
That list alone, he's tag champ. That list alone right there, it is a goater. He's one of the goaters of NXT. He's the two-time NXT champ?
Two-time NXT champion.
Yeah.
Two-time Universal champion.
Hopefully.
Y'all forgot he won it the first time.
I remember because he had to relinquish it the next night.
He came in. He had probably the best first start of anybody from NXT outside of maybe Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens got to beat the GOAT. But Finn came in there from night one and beat Roman Reigns, the guy that they were putting the rocket strap on. Then he went to SummerSlam and beat Seth Rollins.
Roman clean.
He beat 2/3 of the Shield within less than a month and became the first Universal Champion, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
man, I think people got to start putting more respect on Finn Balor's thing. I think his injuries is what got him. There.
Finn Balor's lack of luck on the main roster is not like everybody else's. They was on Finn Balor from the beginning, and then he got hurt. His momentum slowed down. There wasn't really anywhere to fit him in at the time after he came back. And now he's back again. He had to go back to NXT. He reclaimed some of that. They want him again. He's hot again. He's pulling up the demon persona on Roman in the main event segment at Madison Square Garden. It don't get bigger than that. That man is the truth. They on his side, yo. So we gotta stay patient.
And let's not forget him and AJ on the main roster. That match wasn't even scheduled.
Just came from like South Africa.
I'm about to say, bro. AJ was in a whole other continent. Got a call. Hey, Bray is out. We need you to sub in. Got on a flight. Went all the way back to the States and got in this match with Finn. Probably no real prep beforehand. They just say, yo, we got to go in here. We got to make some shit up and let's do it. And they had
about 10
probably,
minutes.
They had probably the best match on the card that night. Instant chemistry, bro. It's beautiful. It's
all club members, man. That is our Hall of Fame, man. 18 selections, our first class, might be the only class. Let us know how you like our special episode. We do these special episodes. This is actually
we didn't have a guest this time.
We did not have a guest. But this is actually our unofficial official, unofficial 2-year anniversary celebration. So it took us like 2 months almost to do it, but finally, schedules get busy. I didn't know Malik was going to be available today. He available. He showed up.
Yeah. My bad. I had, I'm in a lot of group chats. So I think I accidentally muted you.
he muted,
but I tried to mute somebody else. So I'm sorry. But yeah, of course, let's hear my guys.
Yo, man, Hall of Fame.
Something told me to check it today. I checked.
We out here, yo.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna close the show down now, and we're gonna give the microphone to Mr. Yates, Mr. Havoc.
I'm about to say, you putting governments out here.
Yeah,
oh man,
my bad. Y'all ain't hear that. Yo, hey.
Oh my God.
Oh man. All right. So y'all can find me at ReekHavoc24 on Instagram and on Twitter. Also, go check out the Havoc Hour on all your streaming platforms, Spotify, Anchor.
My bad, bro. You just reminded me.
Yeah, I need that scroll, my brother, so I can finish up this episode that I just did. We wrapped up Star Wars. We're talking about the sequels on this last episode where my guy TC came through alongside Katie and Mr. Matt Ritter. So I'm Justin too. So we gotta once I get that scroll, I'm gonna upload this episode.
Filipino Justin, not Black Justin.
Yeah.
Shout out to Black.
Yeah, we got a lot of Justin the real one too. He be hooking up a lot of these intros and music and stuff like that. My man's a dope ass producer. But once I'm gonna get that uploaded, once Mr. Fontaine sent me that scroll.
I got you.
But also football is back now officially. Week 1. If you're watching this by now, it's probably all wrapped up. So I'm gonna be talking about that soon. You know what I'm saying? My guy, I'm sure, had a bit of a rough day. His Patriots lost. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in no better position.
Yeah, rookie quarterback, lost by 1 point. Good.
Right. Same deal over here. I'm used to misery, but this is bad. So but I'm gonna be talking a little bit about that going forward. So y'all go check those out. The YouTubes are up as well, because we don't really like listening to the audio. We gotta get to the video because the video is way more entertaining. So go check that out.
And we beautiful.
Yes, sir.
All right. Malik.lv on Instagram. Once again, I'm not over there on Twitter. But you can follow me on Twitter.
Malik, Keisha Cole photographer. Now I see you.
Man, bro, I'm trying, bro. We got this icon thing. We got some shows in the work that I could tell you guys off this air first. Then once they announce them, I can say
shooting at when that Carl Thomas concert, that already passed?
No, I'm not shooting that. I'm not shooting that concert. But we got more.
All the white people listening to this show, like, who the hell's Carl Thomas? Yeah, some black people don't know either, yo. It's cool.
But Keisha Cole was cool.
Yeah, we saying a bunch of black people that like white people don't know.
hey, Google them. Go look them up.
Mario from Super Mario Brothers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and Bryson Tiller, all those.
Hey, shout out Tiller. Cool. Hey, when that Tiller concert, they already happened?
Oh man.
Yeah, that was the concert. It was Bryson Tiller, Mario, and then Keisha Cole came at the last minute. Like, she was literally that day. She was like, "Yo, I'm pulling up."
Oh shit!
Like, of course.
That's what's up.
Come on. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, y'all need
and that was the first time.
Photographers.
I got you. I'm gonna see what I could do. I've had like 15 people ask me about this, and
hey, you gotta put me at the tip of the top.
I hit my boss like, "Yo, can you know what I'm saying?" So whatever he's doing, that's what I have to do. But yes, we have that. That was Bryson Tiller first time performing in 5 years. I didn't even know that, so it was dope being a part of that.
Sounds about right. Yeah, sounds about right.
That's what he told. That's what he told us. He's like, "This is my first time performing in like forever." It's like, oh shit.
He didn't go on tour for the last album.
Yeah. So it was great. The two names that we got coming up though. Yo, if you in Vegas, man, get your tickets now. They're not even on sale. Go open up Eventbrite.
Michael Jackson hologram is coming.
I'm telling y'all, this show's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be crazy. So we working on it. then we got another show that's gonna be popping up too. That's gonna be crazy. So yeah. Anyway, follow Ball Dogs. Follow Year of the Dogs because now we have a combat sports football page that we're trying to turn up to. So yeah, and most importantly, follow Young Kings Wrestling, YK Wrestling.
Facts.
What are we on Instagram?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, we still on Instagram.
Yeah.
We still on Instagram?
Might as well
Somewhat
talk
on
about that.
Instagram.
I am TC Fontaine. You can follow me on Instagram if you want to at tc.fontaine. Follow Young Kings Wrestling at YK Wrestling. On Instagram is YK Wrestling _. Everywhere else is YK Wrestling. Follow Versus Pro Wrestling too, man. Got a show coming up.
Yes, sir.
Lethal Lottery this Saturday on Twitch. So look out for that link. Or you can just go, if you're listening right now, you load up your Twitch app. If you're on a desktop, type in twitch.tv/Versus Pro Studio with no S on the end of it, just studio. And go ahead, subscribe, follow them, check out the show. It's going to be fun. We got a Unicon coming up, Colt Cabana making an appearance.
Ooh.
Yeah, y'all know who Colt Cabana is, y'all. Had a Demolition making an appearance. I think it's at that show. It might be like Demolition's making an appearance sometime next month. I don't know if it's like during Bound for Glory weekend or if it's like the first weekend at Unicon. Kevin Nash was booked for that event months ago. I don't know if he's still available or not. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. A lot of good wrestling and comic books and fun shit, man. So check that out. And yeah, I have no updates on this movie that's coming out, so I'll just let y'all know that. So, hey, this was fun, guys. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. And
yes, sir.
All good things must come to an end. That being said, how do I say goodbye to the Kings?